watching. Welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is on this whole look right here. I'm showing you everything except my eyebrows. This is a perfect summer look, whether you're going out on a date, whether you're going out with your girls, whether you're going out to a nice summer party. This is a great look because it's nothing too advanced. It's not any eyeliner, there's no gems, it's not a cut crease, it's just blending. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this whole look right here, then please keep watching. So we're going to go ahead and get started on my eyes. My eyebrows are already done, if you'll notice. If you'd like to see a tutorial on how I do my eyebrows, I will leave it linked at the end of this video. It's just very redundant. I do the same exact thing every single time, so I leave it out of my tutorials. So again, that'll be linked after this one if you're interested. But to get started on my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with a concealer. The reason I use concealer is because I do have little blue veins on my eyelids that sometimes most primers don't cover up. So I like to go in with the concealer. But first, before I prime my eyes, I'm going to put some tape down on the edges just to get a nice clean line. So let me do that real quick. Alright, so now that I've got my tape on, I'm going to go ahead and just do a little swipe on each eye. And then with your finger, you're going to go ahead and blend it out that way. So once that's done, I'm going to go into my Tarte Pro Amazonian Clay Palettes, and I'm going to, almost fell. I'm going to pick up the shade Classic, which is this one right here. You could go with either the off-white one or the white one, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to go with the creamy white, which is Classic. Alrighty, so I'm probably mostly going to be in my Morphe 35L palette, which is this one right here. And the first two shades I'm going to pick up are these two. These are going to be my transition shades. I just want something nice and kind of like a fawn brown, but a nice warm fawn brown. So that's what I'm doing. And the brush I'm going to use to do that is a Morphe M441. So for our transition shade, we don't need anything nice and precise unless you're doing some totally cut look, but mine is going to be a little more smoky, so that's what we're doing here. And with this nice light brown, little light browns, you don't really have to be precise. Like I was saying, you can kind of take this on your lid, you can take this almost up to your brow bone. That's why we set our primer, concealer, whatever you're using, just to make blending really, really easy. So this color can kind of go anywhere. But I'm just kind of working this intensity up in my crease and not my brow bone, but just below my brow bone. This color is probably gonna be like one of the outermost colors that shows through here in the end of the look, so just know that is what I'm going for. Alright, so the next shade I'm going to pick up is this one right here. This is going to be in my crease and on my outer corner. It's going to be a little bit more refined, so the brush I'm going to use is a Morphe S21, and I will show you where I'm going to put that right here. And then I'm also going to be dragging that a little bit further into my crease. Since this is still a pretty light shade, we can get away with bringing that pretty far in. So once that second shade is in my crease on my outer corner, I'm going to pick up the shade that's in the middle of the palette. I'm going with this one because it's a really red toned brown, so it's just going to really help to make my eyes pop, and I really like this brown color. And the brush I'm going to use to pick up that nice brown color is the Morphe B38. I like this one because it's a little bit more refined, so it's going to give you more precision when you're blending. It's also going to help to keep your eyeshadow like right where you want it. It's not a big fluffy brush, so it's really nice once you start to dive into those darker colors, so your whole eye isn't black. So let me just zoom you in. Okay, so we're kind of going to do the same thing that we did with that other second brown. I'm going to start with it over here on my outer corner. And this shade, the darker the shade is, the lower you want it down to your crease. That way we still keep our really nice blend. When I get to my outer corner, instead of doing this motion, I'm also going to be doing like flicking motions to help blend out these shades. Just so you guys know what I'm doing. And then this nice red brown shade I'm also kind of bringing into my inner corner as well. Alright, so I'm going back into my Tarte Pro Amazonian Clay palette. I'm going to pick up the shade Edgy, which is this brown. Hello, lighting. There we go. This brown right down here. And to do that, I'm using a Morphe B42. I am really going to try and keep this brown on the outer corner of my eye. I'm really not going to be dragging this into my crease like past here. So this brown is staying out here. And I'm going to start with it right up next to the tape and just kind of blend it in that way. So using that same exact technique, I'm going to pick up the darker brown in the shallot, which is smoked, and that's this one right here. And we're just going to keep that even closer to the tape. And now I'm just going back into my Morphe S21 brush with no additional product. And basically what I'm going to do is just kind of start blending right up here to make that dark brown and my crease shades blend together. Alright, so you're going to see half of my face here real quick. I'm going to pick up this nice kind of like orangey brown shade and Edgy, the first brown that we used, and I'm going to kind of mix those two shades together and apply them right here just to help blend even further. And I'm still using that S21 brush. And I am not going all the way out to the tape. I'm leaving the darkest brown alone. I'm kind of just hitting right where that edgy shade first left off originally. Alright, so I'm back into my Morphe 35 and I'm just going to pick up the first two shades that we used as our transition shade, and I'm just going to really lightly buff out the very edges of my eyeshadow. For my lid shade, I'm going to keep it nice and fun. I'm picking up this shade right here. This is a nice golden shade. Some other shades that I would normally use are like this shimmer shade. I really like this one, and I really like the one that's above the gold shade that I'm going to use, which again is this third one right here. I'm just trying to keep this more on the gold side today, but I have definitely used this shade and this shade on my lid before, and they're both gorgeous shades, so feel free to mix it up that way if you'd like. I'm just going to go ahead and use my finger to apply that to my lid. Alright, and I would also like to say, don't be afraid to get this like right up next to your crease. It's totally okay. The world's not going to end, so just go ahead and pack it on. Alright, so now you can take your tape off. Yes, I'm proud. So now we're going to go ahead and get started on my face, and to prime I'm using my LORAC Light Source 3-in-1 Illuminating Primer. This is just a little sample size. I really need to go buy a bigger size. This one is like more of a purple iridescence to it, and then they have a gold primer that is the exact same thing. So I think I'm actually going to go buy the gold primer and try that out, but for now I'm just going to use up what I got left of this. I really like this primer. It really helps to keep my skin look dewy and just glowy underneath my foundation, so I'm very into it. I just like to put a little bit on my cheeks and my forehead, on my chin, and like a dot on my nose, and then splattered. And then I just rub it all in. So now that my face is primed, you guys can tell I have a little bit of redness on my face, especially underneath this eye, and then I have like a pimple here and one here because my skin hates me. So I'm going to go on with the NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer, and this one is green, which is going to help me combat my redness, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it with my finger. And I would just like to point out real quick, this redness is not from the tape. I just have really interesting skin and I get really blotchy in some areas, so I just wanted to put that out there. The tape is safe to put underneath your eye as long as you're not allergic to anything in the tape, but my skin just gets red like this for no reason whatsoever. So just putting that out there. So onto foundation, I'm using my new favorite foundation. I'm using the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. This is what it looks like. I'm sure you guys have seen it before, but I love that this is literally like it's liquid. It's like amazing. I really do love liquidy foundations just because they're not cakey and they don't feel heavy on your face, which is perfect for summer. So yeah, and this one might be a little bit yellow on me at first. I just want to give you guys a nice fair warning, but the rest of my body is fake tanned, and not that the camera's picking it up, but it looks right in person. So just bear with me, and we're also going to go in and contour and conceal and highlight and all that stuff. So yes. What I like to do for this foundation is first pull my hair behind my ear because it is a liquid, okay? And then I'm just gonna go ahead, and I like to work in sections at a time. So I'm gonna kind of squeeze a little bit out here on my cheek and like where I would contour, and then I just blend that in. And then usually with whatever is left on my sponge, I just go over like my nose and my cupid's bow and my chin area. And then you also want to make sure with your foundation every time, no matter if it is the perfect match for your skin tone, just bring a little bit of it down onto your neck, just in case. You never know. Alrighty, so to contour my face, I'm using the LORAC Pro Conceal and Contour Palette. And get it open. There we go. It's well used, it's loved. Sorry for the griminess, but I'm just going to pick up a combination of these two shades right here. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. And I'm going to contour my face. Alright, so now once I'm done contouring my face, I'm going to go back in with some highlighter. Again, I'm using the NYX HD Concealer to highlight my face. So I'm going to go under my eye, my forehead, my nose, my chin, all the usual suspects. And then really quick, I still need to contour my nose. So I'm just going back into this shade of my highlighter palette, this one right here, and I'm just going to real quick draw some lines down the side of my nose. Alright, so per usual, to bake and set my face, I'm using my MERCIER setting powder, and what I'm going to do is actually just kind of bake right along the sides of my nose contour, and then I'll set my under eye. Alright, so now for my under eye, I'm switching to something different here. I'm using the e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm not going to bake, I'm just going to be setting my under eye. And then to do my cheek contour, I am going back in with my sponge to bake. That's one of the reasons I really love this sponge, is because it does have this nice flat edge, which helps you get a nice clean line. Then I'm also baking my smile lines because I smile and my foundation sets in there, and I'm not about that life. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to go back and work on my eyes some more. So, let me zoom in. Pretty much just need to finish up my lower lash line and then add some lashes and mascara. So what I'm going to do first, I'm actually taking an eyebrow pencil, but it's a brown one and I like the color, and I'm going to use that to tightline my eyes as well as run it in my lower lash line and on my waterline. So I'm going back into my Tarte palette. I'm going to pick up the shade Edgy, which is this brown right down here. And I am going to use a Sephora angled liner brush to just really pack that right over top of what's on my lower lash line. I just want to set that eyeliner in place. So now I'm going to go back into my Morphe 35O and pick up the center shade one more time, which is that nice red-brown color. And I'm using this brush from NYX. I will have it linked down below, as well as everything else that I've used in this tutorial linked down below. Basically, it's just a more defined, pointed, bullet type of pencil brush. So, a lot of words there. Alright, so that's it for the bottom lashes, and now we're going to go ahead and finish up our mascara and liner. I am not going to do a winged eyeliner, I'm just doing a nice thin lin because I am putting false lashes on, and this is the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes Precision Longwear Liner. Time for mascara. Per usual, I'm using my Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara on my top and bottom lashes. Also, I would just like to mention, for eyelashes, I did just do a step-by-step talk-through tutorial on how I put my lashes on, so I'm just going to speed right through it. If you would like to know how I put my lashes on, I will also leave that linked at the end of this video as well. Alrighty, so my lashes are on, and we can move on to the rest of my face. I'm going in with my Tarte Hotel Heiress bronzer. I've mentioned this like 1,000 times in the last month or so. This is my new favorite bronzer, so yeah, and I'm just going to really lightly go over the places that I did my cream contour. And I'm going to bring it onto my cheeks as well because I'm really obsessed with that bronzy look. And then I'm also just going to hit my temples, as well as my neck and jawline. And then with whatever's left, I'm just squeezing the brush to make it kind of pointier. And I'm just going to lightly brush over my nose contour. Second bronzer, this one is from Hard Candy. This is in the shade Tropics. I did mention this in a couple videos back. It's just a really nice shimmery bronzer. It's not going to make your face sparkly. It's just going to give you a nice, healthy looking glow. For blush, I'm using this Milani Baked Blush. This is like a summer staple for me. It's in the shade Luminoso. It's just a really nice peachy pink shade, and it's also not a matte blush, so it does give your cheeks a little bit more of a glow, which if you guys have been on my channel, you know I love to glow. For my highlight, I'm using LORAC's Gilded Honey Highlights, and I'm going to use a Morphe E61 to do my cheekbones, my chin, and like my temple area. And then for my eye and my brow, I'm going to use this little art brush that I bought at the Michael's Craft Store. So this is not a makeup brush, putting it out there. And then for my nose, I just like to use my hand. So let's do the base first. Next up, you guys know the drill. I'm using my NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray to make myself all dewy. And then before that dries onto my face, just real lightly go over your highlight to make it look a little less powdery on your cheekbones, chin, and temple. So for my lip shade, I'm keeping it pinky nude. I'm going to use the Jordana lip liner in the shade Rose Crush, and this Intense Butter Gloss from NYX in the shade Tres Leches. Okay, so we have reached the end of this tutorial. This is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoy it. This is perfect for a summer date night, a girls' night out, if you're going to a party. This is a really cute look that is not crazy over the top in terms of eye makeup. So it's not like you're doing a cut crease. It's not like you're adding in gems. It's not like you're doing winged liner. So this is solely eyeshadow on my eyes. I really, really love how it turned out. So I might have just gotten stuff on my teeth. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoy this. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it. I am really hoping to get to 10,000 soon. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!